What do you think Steve Bannon should do in the 2018 midterms?
Look, Steve Bannon can do what he wants. I just hope it doesn't cost us any more states like Alabama.
Do you think eventually Republicans are going to turn on President Trump because he's so unpopular? Are you going to be able to run with the president?
I think if you look at the states where he's running in 2018, you look at those states, they're states that he won. There are 10 states that are held by Democrats today that President Trump won. So this is about doing what's right for the American people. It's about continuing our successes and policies.
On Friday, GOP leaders met with Donald Trump at Camp David amid growing concerns that they may lose their congressional majorities in 2018. House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy was due to give a detailed presentation laying out how Republicans can avoid the shellacking Democrats received in 2010. If recent polling is any indication, it will be an uphill battle. According to a recent YouGov Economist poll, Democrats lead Republicans by 6 points on the generic congressional ballot. They need to pick up 24 seats in the House and 2 in the Senate to gain a majority, and with it, control of the committees investigating Russiagate and determining the fate of things like Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and Obamacare. And joining me now is one of the 2018 candidates looking to bring a seat back into Democratic territory, Randy Bryce, who is challenging House Speaker Paul Ryan in Wisconsin. Randy Bryce, otherwise known as Iron Stash, thank you for being here.
Happy Saturday, Joy. How are you doing?
Happy Saturday and Happy New Year. I want to play a little bit of your ad. This is one of your congressional advertisements. Let's play it.
Not long ago, we had something waiting for us. Footsteps to follow. A trade. A promise of better times if we paid our dues. And we would do the work we love for free if the world was cheaper. But it's not.
Tax cuts for corporations paid for by taking away health care from people, by raising taxes on individuals.
This is why we're going to win. This is what separates us from the other side. We care about everybody, and they don't.
You know, it's interesting, when I saw that ad, the first part of that ad reminded me of nothing more than the Man of Steel ad. And I don't know if you saw that ad during the campaign, but this was the Make America Great Man of Steel ad that was run on behalf of Donald Trump. Is that the same motif that you were going for, and do you think that was what was the effective message that he had in places in the Rust Belt in the United States?
I think the effective message of it, the effective part about it is that that's my life. That's me living it. And when Donald Trump tried to get that message out, it's a story he's trying to tell that it wasn't based in reality. And he was trying to, people were affected because they felt like, you know, we were being paid attention to. He had no intent of keeping any promise that he made. And people are seeing that now. You're seeing, you know, the results that we saw in Virginia, what we saw in Alabama. This resistance movement, when we get these people to the polls, it's going to make a huge difference. People see right through. They're having a lot of buyer's remorse based on Donald Trump and the lies that he told to get into office.
And
my story is... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that, you know, our ad is just, it's part of my story. It's nothing special. I'm not going out of my way. And I think that's why it's resonating with people throughout the country. And we're seeing more and more congressional candidates stepping up, everyday people. And we're communicating. We're talking to each other. And this round, we're helping to get each other's message out because we understand it's a national thing. Our national, you know, our well-being is at stake. So that's why we're helping each other. It's not every individual candidate for themselves. We're working together. And
so, you know, I want to ask you a little bit more about your background, but there is a Politico piece that says that you've got internal polling showing that you're only down by 6 points in the 1st Congressional District, 46 to 40% against, Janesville native Paul Ryan. What makes you think that you can beat him? He's a wealthy man. He was born into money. You are, as you said, a regular guy from a blue-collar background. Are you even going to have the money to compete with somebody as wealthy and as powerful as the Speaker of the House?
Well, he can have as much money as he wants. He's probably going to outraise us, outspend us. Last quarter, we did outraise him 3-1. We brought in $1.1 million. He brought in $300,000. We had another really good quarter with over $1 million on hand. The goal isn't to outraise him. This is a people-powered campaign. He's neglected the district for over 2 years. He hasn't had a public town hall. This tax scam bill that he's trying to push on us, people are going to learn really quick. We might save $1,000 temporarily on our taxes, but when we have to pay $4,000 more for health insurance, this isn't for us. This isn't for our benefit. It's for the richest people in this country. And we've been suffering for too long. We're working harder, and we're having less and less to show for it. this is an uprising. This resistance is very real, and people have had enough of these anti-worker policies that we're seeing now.
What is the biggest issue that people talk to you about when you're on the campaign trail? What's the most important issue to them?
Well, right now it's his lack of being in the area. You know, healthcare is huge with them trying to repeal the ACA mandate, and people are concerned. I took my dad he lives in assisted living. He has Alzheimer's on Christmas Eve, no less. And the woman that was taking care of him came running up to me, and she's like, with all of this stuff going on now, I'm not going to be able to afford to have health care.
Yeah.
So now here's the woman that's taking care of my dad. You know, he's being taken care of, but the woman looking after him isn't.
Yeah.
And that's no way to live. We need
Yeah.
to take care of the people that take care of us.
Well, Randy Bryce, I hope you'll come back. I wish you luck. Iron Stash is probably the best Twitter handle that I can think of anyway on Twitter, so at least you won that. So appreciate you, man. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. More AM Joy after the break.